When that silver light started to pulse in the sky over Denver, I had no idea that my whole world was about to fall apart and be rebuilt from scratch. It was cool at night in October. In my backyard, I was trying to avoid another fight with my wife over the bills that were making our lives impossible. My name is David. I was just another man lost in the wilderness of his own life up until that point, and I'm 42 years old. I was depressed, had a lot of debt, and felt a deep, aching emptiness. A hole where a purpose should have been. My job is to fix electronics, but I'm not even sure I could keep our heads above water. In all honesty, I could see why my wife Sarah was getting angry with me. That's when I saw it. A light dancing among the stars in a way that made no sense in the real world. I first thought, it's just a plane or a helicopter. It moved in a different way, though. It was quiet, beautiful, and hypnotic. It was like it was calling to me. This can't be possible, I said in a whisper, feeling a chill go down my spine. At first, the light was floating slowly toward the field behind my house. My heart beat hard against my ribs. In my mind, I begged to go back inside, lock the door, and act like I hadn't seen anything. But something else, something stronger, kept me where I was. Something still and small seemed to whisper in my spirit, not in my ears. David, be not afraid at all. Come and see for yourself. That's when my journey really began. Along the way, I learned an amazing and deep truth that would change the way I always think about who I am, where we come from, and why we are here. It was the truth about beings I used to think were aliens from other planets, but were really something much deeper, closer, and more capable of changing everything. You need to hear what happened to me if you've ever felt like your life was affected by something more, something divine that you couldn't quite explain. Because what I found wasn't just about them. It was about all of us. The mystery that was about to unfold would obfuscate the thin veil between our world and the next, between what we call alien and divine. And just maybe, it will change how you see your life's sacred purpose. Please let us know if the beginning of David's journey speaks to your spirit. Like this video to show that you're interested. When you like something, you're spiritually agreeing with it. This makes the channel a lighthouse that guides other people who are also praying for answers. Let your voice be heard if you've ever had the same deep longing and cry in your spirit for a sign from above before we go on with David's story. Comment, I am open to my divine purpose, if you believe you are here for a reason beyond what is currently clear. Someone else who is looking for hope might need to see your statement of faith today. Before that night, you need to know who I was to understand the miracle that happened. He is 42 years old and lives in a suburb of Denver. My life looked fine on paper. He has been married to Sarah for 15 years, has a small house, and a steady job repair electronics. But deep down, my spirit was broken. My father died of cancer 3 years ago. I never really got over that loss. He was my rock and my hero. He taught me everything I know about wires and circuits. He always believed I was meant for more than just a repair bench. David, he would say often, his eyes full of conviction, you are gifted by God with technology. You'll understand how important that gift really is one day. I fell into a dark valley after he died. It was like a thick fog came in and never went away. I started to think about everything differently. What it all means, why we suffer, and the most important question that everyone asks, is there really life after death? What my wife Sarah did was try to be my anchor. She is a nurse, and she is really strong. She worked 2 shifts to keep us going while I lost focus and clients. But I was lost, and I pushed her and everyone else away. The thread of our relationship was almost broken. I could see every night how tired and angry she was in her eyes, which made me feel even worse about my own failures and guilt. She had begged him, "David, you need help," just a few weeks before that night. "I can't keep seeing you go away like this. We can't make it through this." I was sure she was right, but something stopped me. Somehow, I felt like I was waiting for a sign or an answer that the doctor couldn't give me. I used to spend hours in that backyard, gazing up at the heavens and crying out, "Why am I here? My purpose is, does anyone even hear you, Lord?" If you asked me those questions, I never thought I'd get the most shocking answer. On October 15th, that very night, Sarah and I had fought again. She told me to look for a job that paid more. It was my own fear that was stopping me. "You used to be so sure of yourself," she said with tears in her eyes. "What happened to the man I married?" I didn't have an answer. It was my usual way to get away, so I ran to the backyard. That was the end of my old life and the start of my new one. You know what my soul was like if you've ever felt completely lost and wondered where you fit in the wide world. I needed a sign to show me the way badly, because I was at a fork in the road. After that, the sign showed up. The light slowly fell, like a single feather floating in the air. It fell in the field, about 50 yards away. There was no sound. There was no noise from the jets or the metal breaking. There was a deep, holy silence that seemed to swallow up all the other sounds of the night. Before my brain could say anything, my feet started to move. My heart was beating so fast I thought it would burst as I walked through the wet grass. My mind kept telling me to go back at every step. "This is crazy. Run!" In spite of my fear, I felt a stronger pull toward what I wanted to know. I saw it wasn't a ship, like in the movies as I got closer. It was about 20 feet across and made of clear, living light. It had a soft, water-like surface that glowed silver in a way that didn't hurt my eyes. It felt calm. "Be not afraid, David." I couldn't make out the voice. It was a knowing that was implanted right in my heart and mind. The voice was male, deep, and filled with a deep sense of peace. That sound was familiar. I stopped just a few feet away, shaking. Who's there?" "Hi, my name is Zephyrus. The time for your awakening is at hand, and I have come because your spirit has cried out from the depths. You're ready to find out who you really are." Like the petals of a huge, luminous flower, the sphere's surface started to open up. A figure that stopped my world came out of the light inside. He looked like a person and was tall and graceful, maybe 7 feet tall, but it was clear that he wasn't human. As if lit from within, his skin shone with a soft, golden light. He had big, deep blue eyes that looked like they could hold the knowledge of whole galaxies. His face exuded serenity and ancient knowledge despite the lack of hair on his head. He was dressed in something that looked like a robe of woven light that changed hues of blue, violet, and gold. Glorious. "I am not from another planet, David," he said, and I could hear his voice, which matched the one in my head. He seemed to glide rather than walk as he came towards me. But that's the only language you can speak for now. We've found that you can connect with us when we take a form that your rational mind can at least try to understand. I meant to run. I was ready to scream. This couldn't happen. A peace that passes all understanding, however, emanated from him. All of my fear just went away. A strange sense of homecoming took its place. "Am I dreaming?" I asked, in a voice that was almost a whisper. Zephyrus smiled, and that smile made me feel like no one else had ever made me feel that way. "David, you're awake now, more than you have been in 3 years. Since your father left this earthly plane, not." My heart stopped beating. How do you know about my father?" "Because I know him. In fact, David, he petitioned me to come to you. My knees were about to give out." What do you mean?" "David, your dad did not die. He returned to his true home after his body was laid to rest. He has observed your sorrow, your confusion, and your search for purpose from that place of light. To help you find your way back, he sent me. To discover the path set out for you." I had tears running down my face. When my dad's name came up, the wound I thought was healed fully burst. In the same way, Zephyrus's words were like a balm. He held out his hand to me and said, "You don't have to believe everything at once. You have to trust me enough to let me show you, though. Let me show you the answers your soul has been pleading for." I looked at the hand he had stretched out. It looked like a person, but I could feel its energy from a few feet away. It was safe, warm, and full of love. "Always trust me for a few hours," he said. "Your life will be new after that." Fear doesn't work here. Understanding, purpose, and a peace that this world can't give work instead. I reached out and grabbed his hand. I felt a wave of pure energy go through me. It felt like liquid light was washing over every part of my body. It's impossible to explain how it feels. Perfect wisdom, unconditional love, and a deep connection to something, to everything. The sphere of light was in front of us. It was even more beautiful inside. There were no consoles or walls. There was only a circle of golden light that pulsed softly with life. Crystals were floating in the air, shifting and glowing. They sent out information that I could feel more than see. Zephyrus motioned to a seat that appeared out of the light, like a solid cloud, and said, "Sit, David." It was too comfortable to be true. He looked me in the eyes and said, "First, I need to explain who we really are and why we're here." It looked like a hologram in the space between us. From space, it was Earth. But there were layers of light around it that I had never seen in a NASA picture. "Many enlightened souls walked among your ancestors many thousands of years ago, when humanity was young," he said. "People who had risen above the limitations of the flesh, but chose to come back to serve and guide the spiritual evolution of human consciousness. The picture of Earth changed to show the light bands around it. These layers of light are the more subtle parts of reality. David, our Father's house has many separate homes. Souls ascend to these higher realms as they develop in spirit. David, we don't die, we transcend. We have been transformed, and we now live in a much more abundant way. But why do you look like an alien? Why are there ships? How about the tech?" Zephyrus smiled and waited. "Because you humans are still very much linked to the real world. Your faith might be shaken if I showed up as a traditional angel with wings, or you might think you were seeing things. Your science would say it was just a natural event if I came as pure light. It's possible for your curiosity to win out over your fear when we show up in a way that your modern mind associates with cutting-edge technology. This talk is now possible because of it. Like a ton of bricks, the revelation hit me. So, you aren't from other planets?" he said softly. "We come from other realms. There are other planes of existence. Some of us have lived real lives on real planets, like Earth, a long time ago. In the higher realms, there have always been others, but we all have the same purpose. to help younger civilizations like yours evolve spiritually by acting as their guardians and guides. It made another picture, a huge number of very small points of light linked together by shimmering golden threads. He said, "Each point of light is a soul. Each golden thread is a link between love and mind. The whole network gets stronger when one soul evolves. When one soul is in pain, the network as a whole feels it. That's why we're here. Elder brothers, not distant observers. Family style. We are all the children of the same divine source." "And my father?" I asked, but my voice was weak. "Your father was an old and gentle soul. For a particular purpose, he chose to incarnate on Earth. One of their jobs was to get you ready for this very moment. He knew that your spirit was especially tuned into technology, because your soul is naturally linked to these higher levels of consciousness. Now the tears were pouring out freely. Is he really all right? Is he content? David, he is free. He is not in any pain and is not limited by his body, but he is still connected to you in every way. Every day, he has seen how depressed you are. Every night, you've thought about what your purpose is. You felt like your life had no point at all at times." Zephyrus leaned in and put his hand on my shoulder. There was so much warmth. "David, if you choose to accept it, your mission is to build things. Bridge between worlds, to help other people understand that science and faith are not opposites, but rather two sides of the same singular truth. By using your God-given gift with technology, you have been chosen to assist humanity in getting ready for the next big step in its spiritual evolution. But I'm just a depressed electronics technician," I said. "How can I do something that important?" Zephyr smiled, and he seemed to be filled with joy. "David, the greatest works in the world always start with the humble, the broken, the normal, the people who have faith to believe in the extraordinary. David, because their hearts are open, the meek shall inherit the earth." My old sensible mind started to fight back, even though the moment was peaceful and beautiful. It was too much. It was all too much. I jumped out of the light chair quickly as fear built up in my throat. "Wait a minute," I said, stroking my hair with my hands. "This isn't real. It's not possible. I'm going to have a nervous breakdown." Sarah was right. I do need to see a psychiatrist. Glorious, glowing beings from another dimension don't visit normal people. As I paced the luminous floor, Zephyrus did nothing but watch me, his patience seeming endless. "My dad couldn't have sent you. He's gone. I saw him laid to rest. I buried him. Now you're telling me that he's alive and well in a heavenly place, and that I, a guy who can't even pay his mortgage, have a big cosmic purpose?" 3 years of holding back pain made my voice crack. "Do you know what I believe? I believe this is a strong illusion. Because my mind couldn't handle his death, it made you to give me the answers I need so badly." I stopped and gave him a hard look. "Show it. Show me if this is real, if you're real, if my dad is really alive. Show me proof. And if the proof I offer," he asked, "is not something your rational mind can categorize, then I'm leaving," I said, trying to sound serious. "I'm going home. In the morning, I'll call a doctor, and I'm going to try to forget about this nightmare." Zephyrus gave a slow nod. "I get your doubt, David. It is not only welcome, it's important. True faith is not blind faith or faith that is not tested. Fanaticism is all it is. Your doubt is the key to true understanding. Don't use reverse psychology on me," I snapped back, but my anger was already going away and that hollow sadness was taking its place. I miss my dad so much. I only needed one more talk with him, to ask him for help and find out if he was proud of me, even though I feel like I've failed so badly. Zephyr said in a soft voice, "You are not a failure, David." "Of course I am. Look at me. 42, my marriage is falling apart. I'm broke, and I don't know what to do. What kind of mission in space could someone like me have?" "The same mission that many others have had before you," he said. "Ordinary people who felt lost, broken, and hopeless. Right before they discovered their pain was actually the portal to their greatest purpose." I took a deep, shaky breath out. "I want to believe you. I really do, God. But I'm scared. Is this real? What if I'm not strong enough? What if I let you down? Be disappointed in my dad? What if I let all of you down?" "But what if you fly?" Zephyr answered, and his voice was bright. "What if your pain, your sensitivity, and your deep search for meaning are not flaws, but rather the very things that have prepared you? For this calling, what are the exact requirements?" I looked into those eyes that were full of galaxies. "You have to show me something if you want me to really believe," I said in a low voice. "Something that I can't just try to make sense of." Zephyr smiled like he knew this was going to happen. "All right, David. But get ready, because what I'm about to show you will make you question your understanding of reality." When he raised his hands, the crystals that were floating around us got brighter. Sounds and lights mixed together in the air, making it seem like each color was a note in a song. He told David, "Close your eyes and allow your consciousness to expand." While I was thinking, I obeyed. I felt light. I felt like I was being gently lifted out of my own body, as though I were rising. The ship was gone when I opened my eyes. We were floating in space, which was very dark. I was able to breathe. Earth, a beautiful blue and white jewel, turned slowly below us. But now I could see what Zephyr had shown me. The bands of living light, gold, violet, and sapphire, cover the whole planet like an aura that is alive and breathing. Saying in a whisper, "This is impossible. It's not possible because of the way the world works," Zephyr said, "but consciousness is not bound by the rules of dense matter." Then, a figure showed up next to us. My heart stopped. I couldn't breathe. It was my dad. He wasn't sick. He wasn't weak. He was whole. He was wearing his favorite red plaid flannel shirt and jeans, and looked just like I remembered him. He was glowing with a soft inner light. His smile was the warm smile that had always made me feel better as a child. "Hello, son," he said. Even though his voice was the same, it had a peace to it. A perfect, deep peace. I was crying so hard that I couldn't stop. "Dad, is it really you?" "It's me, David." I could feel his presence and his love as clearly as if he were touching me as he moved closer. "Oh, David, I'm so proud of you. Proud of the man you've grown into. But I've failed, Dad. My life is a mess." That same soft laugh came out of his mouth. "Son, did you really think that the money I made fixing TVs was the most important thing in my life? Seeing how kind you became as you grew up made me proud. Teaching you to care about other people. Watching your never-ending interest. Remember when you took apart the new radio your mum got? You were 8 years old." I smiled even though I was crying. She was so angry. "She was," he said with a laugh. "But I was interested. You had to know how it worked, not because you broke it. David, that desire to know more, that need to look deeper. It's your gift. Each soul on that planet has a unique light and frequency. Yours has always been unique. Technology and things of the spirit are both in tune with it. That's why you felt different all the time. That's why you could always tell when electronics worked better, when you held them. He was right. People had always said that. Now, my dad said, his face serious, I need you to see something. The area around us changed. We were looking at Earth from different points in time. I saw ancient civilizations and luminous beings, like Zephyrus, walking freely among them and teaching them about the stars, healing and farming. I saw prophets and spiritual masters like Jesus, Buddha, and others I didn't know. They all had the same golden light inside them. Inventors, scientists, and artists were all linked to a higher network of consciousness by golden threads of light. There was a voice next to me that said, David, extraterrestrials and guardian angels are often the same thing. There are many faces of the same divine love, and each one changes to fit the faith and understanding of the time. Tesla was having visions, which I saw. I saw Einstein looking up at the stars while he thought about the equations for relativity. Every great step forward for humanity, every revelation, came from someone who was able to tune in to that higher frequency, even if only for a moment, my dad said. Now it's your turn, son. But why me? Because, Zephyrus said as the vision ended, humanity is about to experience a significant awakening, a quantum leap, and the world will need people who can build bridges in this new era. People like you who can walk in both the faith and technology worlds. People who can show the world there is no separation. Slowly, I felt like I was back on the ship. I felt my father's embrace in my very soul. Son, I am always with you, all the time. Death has been conquered, you now know. Life and transformation are all that exist. I was back on the light chair when I opened my eyes. I was a new man, though. There was no more doubt or hopelessness. There was a certainty that was so strong that it felt like I had just woken up from a long, bad dream. The hole in my chest was filled. As Zephyrus looked at me, his eyes were filled with compassion. He spoke in a soft voice. Now you are ready for the deeper truth. As the crystals around us moved, new pictures showed up. A long time ago, he began, many souls began their great journey of evolution on physical worlds, just like you are doing on Earth. Some of those souls came from what you might call other planets. Many others were born right here on Earth, in civilizations that are so old that you can't remember them. He took a moment to think about it. As these souls evolved, through countless lifetimes of learning, service, and soul, they began to transcend the need for a dense, physical body. David, they did not die. Ascend. Raised? Where? To more advanced levels of existence. Heavens and hells where pure light and love are the forms of consciousness. Some of us can still take on a form that looks like a person when we need to interact with worlds like yours. Some people only exist as pure consciousness. The pictures showed light beings learning how to show up in different shapes and sizes. He leaned in and said, "This is the most important part, David. Once a soul gets to those higher realms, it doesn't matter where it came from physically, Earth, the Pleiades, or Arcturus. It stops being important. We join a single consciousness, a great cloud of witnesses, committed to fostering the growth of all life in the universe. It was the last piece of the puzzle that fit together. That means you're not aliens. The two of you are not angels. He finished. We are both, and neither. And a huge smile spread across his face. We are just evolved souls. There are souls who have been where you are now before. We all used to be humans. but some of us evolved on different worlds. But we all got there, conscious union with the divine source of everything. But why are there so many faces? Why do they look like aliens to some people and like angels or guides to others? Zarephath replied, because we come in the form that your soul and culture can best handle. Some people with strong, traditional faith might see us as an angel or a saint. That's okay with them. Someone like you, who is smart about science and technology, might think that we are advanced aliens from other worlds. You can understand this language. David, we are all the same. Messengers from the same source, with the same message of love, hope, and purpose. My goodness, I said out loud. So, Jesus? The prophets? Some of those great masters, he said, were ascended souls, like us, who chose to be born, to ascend in a physical body to bring a specific, divine message of love. Others were people who, through devotion, prayer, and meditation, created such a clear channel to the higher realms that they were ideal carriers of the same universal truth. And you've been helping humanity all this time. Always, he said for sure. Sometimes openly in the past of your people. Behind the scenes most of the time, inspiring your scientists, artists, and people who work to make peace. And now, at this very important point in your history, we are revealing ourselves more clearly, due to the fact that humanity is about to undergo a significant spiritual transition. What transition? It was so happy that Zephyr's eyes sparkled. David, humanity is awakening. You are changing into a species with many dimensions. In just a few generations, you will naturally gain skills that people now call paranormal or miraculous. Telepathy, clairvoyance, energy healing, and conscious connection to other realms are examples of the gifts of the spirit world. In the end, many of you will also ascend and join us as guides for worlds that haven't awakened yet. And my mission, my purpose in all this? He put his warm hand back on my shoulder and said, your mission is to be that bridge builder. To demonstrate to the public that science and faith, technology and the spirit do not conflict. Everything is one creation that shows itself in a huge number of beautiful ways. It's your job to help people see. This is such a strong and deep revelation. This truth, that God's love is so great that it can reach us as an angel, a guide, or even a visitor from the stars, may it touch your heart. Please let us know. Share your faith by leaving a comment like this. I see God's hand in all divine encounters. People who are just starting to understand this mystery can use your words to build a faith bridge. And you've been helping humanity all this time. Always, he said for sure. Sometimes openly in the past of your people. Behind the scenes most of the time, inspiring your scientists, artists, and people who work to make peace. And now, at this very important point in your history, we are revealing ourselves more clearly, due to the fact that humanity is about to undergo a significant spiritual transition. What transition? It was so happy that Zephyr's eyes sparkled. David, humanity is awakening. You are changing into a species with many dimensions. In just a few generations, you will naturally gain skills that people now call paranormal or miraculous. Telepathy, clairvoyance, energy healing, and conscious connection to other realms are examples of the gifts of the spirit world. In the end, many of you will also ascend and join us as guides for worlds that haven't awakened yet. And my mission, my purpose in all this, he put his warm hand back on my shoulder and said, your mission is to be that bridge builder, to demonstrate to the public that science and faith, technology and the spirit do not conflict. Everything is one creation that shows itself in a huge number of beautiful ways. It's your job to help people see. This is such a strong and deep revelation. This truth that God's love is so great that it can reach us as an angel, a guide, or even a visitor from the stars. May it touch your heart. Please let us know. Share your faith by leaving a comment like this. I see God's hand in all divine encounters. People who are just starting to understand this mystery can use your words to build a faith bridge. I feel like myself, but new. He told David, "You are the same soul, but you have been made new." It's like someone opened the curtains to let in the sun after you've spent your whole life in a dark room. Something new and stronger hit me. I felt like I was awake. I don't even know how to start telling Sarah this. Anybody? Zephas told him. You will start with your actions. You'll be a transformed man when you come back. More loving, more present, and more sure of themselves. David, they will judge you by what you do. Before you even say a word, people will notice how you've changed. What's my job? Where do I begin? Listen to that quiet voice. This time, your gut will lead you. One small, faithful step at a time, great callings come true. I took a big breath. As I realized, I'm not afraid anymore. The words seemed both strange and wonderful. For the first time in years, I'm not afraid of the future. David, perfect love drives out all fear, Zephas said, and his smile showed that love. Fear comes from feeling cut off and alone. Fear goes away when you know you are a part of something much bigger, that you are loved no matter what, and that your journey has a deep meaning. How can I ever thank you? By living, was all he said. By living your purpose, by loving very much, and by shining a light on people who are still lost. Thank you very much. My life was transformed over the next few days and weeks. When I saw the world and everyone in it through new eyes, I felt like I was born again. Sarah was crazy when I got home that morning. David, where were you? I was scared. During her speech, she stopped and looked at me. David, you look different. Your eyes are clear. I genuinely smiled from the bottom of my soul. Sarah, I need to tell you something amazing. First, I want to say sorry. I held her close and told her I was sorry for being away and for being sad. I was lost, I said. But it wasn't because of you or the bills. It was because my spirit was looking for something, and I found it. Of course, she didn't believe my story. It was a lot. Zephas, a being of light, a ship. But she couldn't deny that I had changed. I was there. I was married. I felt good. After a few days, she told David, I'm not sure if I understand all of this cosmic, spiritual story. But I know the man I married is back with me. No, you're better than he was. It changed a lot with my work. Things that were thought to be unfixable started working perfectly when I touched them. I could feel that the circuits were having trouble. It was more than just know-how. I knew I was being a channel for that healing, harmonious energy Zephas talked about. Not only did my business get better, it thrived. The sadness I felt for my dad was gone. In its place was a deep, lasting thanks. I knew that he was alive, that he was proud, and that he was with me with a certainty that anchored my soul. Sarah found me staring at the stars in the backyard one night. She asked in a soft voice, Are you waiting for your friend to come back? I gave her a smile and pulled her close. I don't need to. They didn't leave. I didn't have the eyes to see them before. It started to happen to me. Divine appointments, parallel events. The person I needed to talk to would call me. A book that has the answer to a question would fall off a shelf. It's like all things are working together for good, I said to Sarah. Now I knew they had always been that way. It was just that I couldn't see it. The sadness that had been with me for years was gone. I knew that all of my pain had not been for nothing. Every dark moment had been farming my soul and getting me ready for this bigger, more beautiful truth. Even now, 2 years later, my life keeps getting better and better in amazing ways. My repair business grew. Now I run workshops where I help people see how technology, consciousness, and spirituality are all linked. Sarah and I did more than just keep our marriage together. We made a new one based on a spiritual link we didn't know was possible. What Zephyrus said was true. His presence, along with the presence of other advanced, loving beings, keeps showing up in my life. I don't believe in big events, but in quiet coincidences, sudden insights, and casual meetings with people who have just the message I need. Because I get it now. They were never just aliens. We never felt separate from them. In the same cosmic family, they are our elder brothers and sisters. They are guardians, messengers, angels, and other names for the same kind of divine love. They help us remember what we're capable of and find our way back home. It's not by chance that you've made it this far in my story. This is what you needed to hear. You may have felt the same way I did about being depressed and lost. After the death of a loved one, you may be wondering what to do next. Or perhaps you just know deep down that you were meant for more. I want you to know that feeling is real. It's your soul telling you who you really are. Please hear me if you are in a dark valley right now. Your pain isn't a sentence. There is a portal there. You don't have weak faith because you have questions. Your soul is ready for a deeper revelation because of your questions. What if you've always felt different? Who has a strange bond with technology, nature, or things that other people can't see? You're not crazy. You're not hurt. You've just been tuned to a higher frequency. It is a gift. I really need to hear from you. Are there things that happen to you that you can't explain? Have you sensed that holy presence and loving direction? Have you ever had ideas that seemed to come from somewhere else? Comment below to share your story. What you went through could be the sign that someone else is praying for. Please share this message if it spoke to your spirit. Give it to someone who is lost. Tell someone who is grieving about it. Tell someone who needs hope about it. You may be the messenger for someone else because you heard this for a reason. As always, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. I will keep writing about the new ideas and experiences I have because I truly believe that we are all awakening at the same time. You are not alone. Remember that. You've never been by yourself. You are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, a web of understanding and love that is waiting for you to open your heart and receive it. And when you are really ready, Zephyrus will show up in a new way. Maybe it's in a dream, a book, a song, or a real-life event like mine. It will come, though. You'll know that your real journey has begun when it does. What an amazing transformation. David's story shows us that even when things look the darkest, they are getting us ready for a greater light. Comment, "I trust the divine plan for my life," if you agree that no meeting is a coincidence and that every soul's journey is guided. Someone may be praying for a message of hope, and your story could be it. Also, please share this message if it really spoke to your spirit. It's like answering the call to help other people. You may be the messenger God uses to tell this story of comfort and hope to another soul who is lost, grieving, or looking for meaning in life. Lastly, if you think this path is calling you, please subscribe to our channel. It's not just clicking a button. You're making a promise to your own spiritual journey. You are invited to join a community of faith that is committed to discovering divine truth, exploring the deep mysteries of the cosmos, and awakening to the wonders God has created in our world. Friends, until next time, don't forget that you are stronger, more valuable, and loved beyond anything you can imagine. May God bless you.